Be me, 10 years old when a group of cops show up to my house. The babysitter's freaking out. They're here for me. Mom and Dad are dead. My life ended at 10 years old because of some fucking asshat with a .20 blood alcohol level. My uncle picks me up the next day. Moved to his place in another state. I feel constantly alone. I don't have friends, no enemies either. I don't even have any bullies. I'm so invisible to the world I might as well be a part of the cosmic background radiation. Fast forward 12 years. 22-year-old kissless beta loser struggling with depression. Still living with my uncle. He's a good guy. Tries to point me in the right directions. Got me through high school and through college. Even helped me land a decent job, though I lost it a week later. I can't fault him for my shitty life, though. The day after losing my job, he takes me to some sandwich place to try and cheer me up. Food's good. I always eat too much. We get a seat outside. It's a nice day. Random bump on my arm, and suddenly I'm drenched in ice water. This is my life now, .jpg. I look up and see a 9 out of 10 smoking hot Stacy, apologizing emphatically. She's not looking at me, though. She's apologizing to the air. Seems about right. I don't even react. Even if it wasn't on purpose, I probably deserved it. Multiple servers show up with wads of paper towels. Feel bad for making them work harder than they should have for a loser like me. Stacy looks mortified, but she's still apologizing to the air. Looks like she's getting upset? My uncle kicks me under the table, points at something she's holding. A walking cane? She's blind. I feel even worse. I quickly get up and apologize for ignoring her. She reaches out unexpectedly and takes hold of my arm. The fuck? She apologizes again for dumping water on me. I reply, I'm used to it. Stupid, stupid, stupid. She smiles warmly. Introduces herself. Her name is Jessica. My uncle offers her a seat. She can't, has to leave. Takes out her purse and pulls something out. Flails for a second and grabs my hand. Her skin feels so nice. Puts something in my palm. It's her card. Tells me to call her and she'll make it up to me. Another Stacy appears and they lock arms. Jessica says goodbye. Sweetly, of course. They leave. Check out the card. It feels weird. My uncle says it's Braille. I don't know Braille. I pocket the card. No way I'm gonna call her, but it feels good to be treated like a human being by someone other than my uncle, for once. Decide to save it for a rope day. A couple of weeks go by and my uncle sits me down with the "we need to talk" look. Just started a new job, figure he's going to give me a rally speech. He's a good guy, Greg, has a knack for making me feel better. He tells me he took Jessica's card from my room. He tells me that he called Jessica. The fuck you do, bitch? .jpg. Get this, he told her, Anand's really shy, but if you get to know him, he's a really great guy. Lies and slander. .jpg. Worse yet, they set a dinner date for that fucking night. Panic.exe. It took an hour to calm down. Start to think about my life. I haven't had a date in ever. Fuck it, she's blind. What's the worst that could happen? Take first shower in a week. Put on deodorant. Remember hearing that blind people have super smell. Put on more deodorant. Drive shitty Ford Escort to the restaurant. The same place where she dumped ice water on me. That figures. First contact is pretty awkward. She's even prettier than I remember. 5'9", dark brown hair, 120 pounds, lovely pair of Ds. Yoga pants, dat ass. She's already ordered, so I just order the house burger. She laughs. Feels bad, man. .jpg. Ask what's funny. Tells me she ordered the same thing. Says we already have something in common. Suddenly feel that human connection thing. It's obviously a charity date, but she's pretty and it feels good to smile. Decide to play along and enjoy the feels. Actually put forward some effort. I try to tell some jokes. I'm terrible at telling jokes. She laughs anyway. I kind of feel like crying. Food arrives and I dig in. Food is always good. Then I realize she can hear me eating. I feel gross. I swallow hard and apologize profusely. She just smiles and starts wolfing down on her burger. We're not talking quick little bitch bites with fast chewing. Oh no. We're talking jaw hinges open and half a slaughtered calf enters the gaping maw of toothy hell. This is how I die.jpg. In pauses between mouthfuls, we start talking. Start to learn a bit more about her. Learn that she's a foodie, likes complex and artistic foods and flavors. I learn about her hometown. She's a small town girl. Learn she has a favorite color. Learn she wasn't always blind. She suddenly looks sad. I quickly change the subject to me. Oh shit, nigga, what are you doing.jpg? Try not to be a loser for once. Tell her about my MBA, but I don't tell her that it took 3 years to complete a 1 to 2 year degree. Tell her about my job. Don't tell her I basically babysit working teenagers for a living. Tell her about my childhood. Don't tell her about my dead parents. As a last ditch, I tell her about my uncle, but I don't fucking tell her about my dead parents, still. Conversation feels good. Partway into the meal, she flails out and grabs my arm. Tells me she's really enjoying herself. I suddenly feel like crying again. What the fuck is wrong with me? Before I know it, it's time to go. Too soon.png. She holds out her credit card for the waiter to take. I quietly swap her card for mine. I'm not making a blind girl pay for my dinner. Besides, I know she only came out as an apology. The waiter returns a minute later and hands me my card. I quietly have him hand hers back. I sign and tip on the receipt. Waiter has her sign the customer copy. I expect her to bail and catch a ride at any second to go home. Instead, she asks me to lead her out. Waiting awkwardly in the parking lot, expecting someone to swing around to pick her up. Any second now. She asks if I forgot where I parked. Realize that I'm her ride back home. Remember that the back seat of my car is filled with garbage. Probably smelly garbage. Remember that blind people have heightened senses of smell. Shitfuck.jpg. I help Jessica into my car. I'm so nervous I drop my keys. Twice. We get in, I start my crappy car, and we start driving. Hot girl in car. Replaying the date in my head, wondering how badly I fucked it up. Completely distracted. I go on autopilot. I wind up driving home to my uncle's house. I turn the car around and apologize. Then I remember that Jessica is blind. Explain that I went on autopilot and drove to the wrong house. We drive away. Try to make small talk, talk about family, about my dead freaking parents. Autopilot car across town to my workplace. Fuck. I apologize again, then explain how I accidentally drove to work. Kill me.now. Realize I have no fucking clue where she lives. I've basically been driving for 30 minutes without a destination. I ask her for her address. Go to put her address into my phone's GPS. My battery's dead. I ask her for directions. Immediately regret asking a blind person for directions. Ask if I can borrow her phone. She hands me a flip phone. I immediately regret asking a blind person to borrow their phone. By this point, Jessica is stifling a laugh so hard it's leaking out of her phenomenal ass. We break down laughing. We laugh for a solid 10 minutes. Jessica finally calls a friend for help. Her friend winds up giving us directions over the phone. We laugh all the way back to her apartment. Feeling much better by the time we get there. Feeling good enough about things to wake her up. She takes my arm and I escort her up the steps. There's a strange pause outside. Out of nowhere, she tells me she knows that I paid. How? She won't tell me. Instead, she puts her hand out and touches my arm, works her hand up my arm and touches my face. Wonder if she's trying to see me. Nope. Once she finds my face, she stands up on her toes and gives me a little kiss on my cheek. Tells me that she had fun. Tells me not to make my uncle call next time. She enters her house, and I just stand there completely befuddled. There's a next time? Fast forward 2 months. In a case of unparalleled luck, I had managed to keep Jessica entertained for 9 consecutive dates. Despite the fact that she's totally blind, I make an effort to make myself a little more presentable. I join a gym, start eating better. I buy clothes that actually fit. I shower every day. Focus all of my energy on making her happy. Learn a lot about her. For one, she likes to cook. For another, she has awesome taste in music. I meet her friends, all of whom are pretty cool people. Learn how she lost her sight. All I can say is blunt force trauma when she was in her teens. She wanted to be a painter. She tells me it hurt for a long time. In the end, she chose to live with what she has. She has her family, her friends, and now she has me. It feels good to hear that. Makes me feel bad for being depressed all the time. I still don't feel worthy of her. Makes me feel like crying again. Our 10th date rolls around. She calls it our 2-month anniversary. Feels good, man.jpg. She's planning a nice dinner at her house. Food is always good. Asked me to come really early. Okay. I show up to Jessica's house an hour early as instructed. First time going inside. Nervous as hell, and other than food, I don't know what she has planned. I swallow my fear and knock. She answers the door in a coat. It's June. The fuck.bat? I go in. The house smells delicious, but it's pitch black. Can't see shit.jpg. She drags me around and pushes me onto what I assume is a couch. I hear shuffling cloth. Something hits the floor. After a minute, she asks me what I think. Tell her it smells nice in here. She realizes that the lights are off. Shit. Hear her walk across the room. Click. Better? Nope. Shit. More walking. Click. The lights finally go on. She's standing on the other side of the room, in a red see-through negligee. Holy fucking hot.jpg. Can you see now? Nope. I must have made her walk around her apartment trying to fix the light switches for like 15 minutes before admitting that the lights were on the whole time. After she got over me ruining her surprise, we relaxed on her sofa. I still can't believe what she's planning. Tells me we have an hour before dinner will be ready. I'm nervous as hell. She looks amazing, feels amazing, and feels, I'm not good enough for her. I want to tell her that she's too good for me. I want to say that she deserves so much more than I can ever give her. I want to admit that I'm a virgin. She starts murmuring in a sultry voice, says she's been looking forward to this for weeks. I say nothing. She stands up and pulls me to my feet, slowly leads me to her bedroom. I do not deserve this blind goddess. Fast forward another 10 months. Jessica and I have been spending a lot of time together. I've grown. I managed to push my credit score high enough to get a decent place of my own. Kinda want to ask her to move in with me. Kinda want to ask her to marry me. I'm still a sad sack, though. I figure I'll have to trick myself into proposing. The house is still new. Jessica hasn't been over yet. I need to make it presentable first. Grew up hearing my mom tell me that girls like it when boys keep a tidy room. My relationship with Jessica had taught me that blind girls require it to be tidy. I organize like I have OCD. Secure and nail down everything. Duct tape all cords to the wall. Square up all furniture and eliminate all tripping hazards. Find some nice-looking wainscoting catboards with a wide lip on top that doubles as a handrail. Spend 3 days installing wainscoting everywhere. Buy a Braille label maker. Braille labels everywhere. Label the inner lip of the rails with directions for getting around the house. I randomly print out, "Would you like to live here?" I stick it to the inside lip of random rails throughout the house. Spend all week getting my house presentable for the blind goddess. Finally ready, I invite her over for movie night. I don't own a TV. I show her around the house, put her hand on the new railings, start walking around the house. She's impressed. Success, kid.jpg. Sliding her hand along the lip. We're moving pretty quickly. She passes over invitation labels several times. Each time she pauses but doesn't stop, getting a little discouraged. Halfway down the main hall on the way back to the living room, she stops, runs her hand back and forth several times, starts breathing fast. She reads the strip a few more times, slowly makes her way to me and leaps into my arms. I did it. A year goes by and I barely notice a single day. Every day that I wake up next to Jessica is the best day of my life. I'm the single happiest man in my own little world that revolves entirely around her. I still know that I'm not worthy, but I don't think about it much anymore. I focus every ounce of my effort on making her happy. She deserves everything that I can give her and so much more. That effort translates into every facet of my life. The world is a warmer, brighter place. One night, Jessica and I are chilling in the living room listening to Harry Potter, her version of casual reading. It's just noise to me. I like to hold Jessica in my lap at night while she reads. I'm just happy to feel her in my arms. Sometime around 8, Jessica excuses herself to the bathroom. A few minutes later, she comes back to the living room with a little paper bag. Not like a grocery bag, a nice bag. The kind you get at a specialty shop. It takes her a few minutes to get back to the couch. I've learned not to help her unless she asks, but waiting to know what's in the bag is killing me. She sits next to me with a very nervous expression. Tension.exe. She asks me if I love her. I emphatically tell her that I do. Tell her that she's my world. She sits forward and pulls something out of the bag. Clutches it so I can't see what it is. She holds out her fist like she wants to give me something. I go to cup her hands so that she knows to let go. Before I can, she suddenly opens her hand, dropping the thing on the floor. Shitballs.jpg. Quickly crouch down and get on the floor. Search desperately for whatever she dropped. I spot a glint of shiny metal. A little gold ring. I pick it up. I look at Jessica. She's standing over me with her hands outstretched and waiting. I reach out to hand her the ring. Our hands touch. She searches my fingers and feels the ring. She screams yes. I'm on one knee. This is an engagement band. She tricked me. Fast forward 6 months. Jessica and I are the happiest couple I know. Her friends have become our friends. I have friends now. Feels good. Our friends call her Teddy Bear. The girls think we're too cute together, and the guys want to cut my dick off and have it bronzed. Okay. One day, my uncle comes over for a visit. He hands me a manila envelope. Says it's an early wedding present. Asks me to open it after he leaves. Jessica is out dress shopping, so we chill. At some point, he tells me although he's not my dad, he's proud of me. And he knows Mom and Dad are proud too. That night, I open the envelope with Jessica. It's my mom and dad's wedding photo. I haven't seen it in 14 years. Jessica says she wishes she could see it too. I feel everything. 12 years of pain, washed away by a single glass of ice water. 2 years of enduring bliss, tripped at the finish line by a little irony. I tearfully say, they would have loved you. And I finally start crying. Jessica and I are getting married tomorrow morning. I'm still not worthy of her, but I'm working on it.